Hi everyone, this is Cathy Skipper from Arobanosis. You can't see me because I wanted to share this place of contemplation where I come every day to sit for a while before I walk around the land so that I get out and feel the earth beneath my feet, listen to the water, feel the strength and power of the beautiful clean stream. And I've been reflecting today on, how as we get older and life changes, we change, and what we leave behind and what we gain as well. I think, a lot of what we hear about getting older is always there's a sense of loss. And today I'm realizing that yes, there is. Youth is no longer the main thing about me. I'm getting older. I'm not old, but I'm getting older and my youthfulness is fading. But there is something that is hard to put words to, but that is so much more wealth in the pure sense of the word in what I'm becoming. And I just noticed it today, something happened. I got an email about some oils that I'd sent from England that were out of my control and they hadn't been well sent, and I felt upset, and because I hadn't sent them out, and I always send out beautiful packages because I want people to feel happy when they get my oils. Then there was a sense of the disappointment of the person, of not getting it right, of being blamed, and in the past that would have really taken over my day. And today I noticed I dealt with it, and I dealt with it in the best way I could, and I wrote to the person and I sent them a package from here and I refunded them. But what more importantly than that, I then let it go, whereas in the past I don't think that would have tainted my whole day. This feeling of unworthiness, this feeling of being blamed, this feeling of having done something wrong. And as I get older, I realize the more I know myself and I work with myself and my psyche and my soul, the more I'm able to put things into context. And so I was able to let it go, and then decided to do something good for myself, which was to come down to the river and spend a bit of time communing with what's really important in this world, and that's the natural world. And I feel so lucky and blessed being near this water in all seasons, and to feel the flow, the power of water that we have in us. We are made of water. And I really feel like the soul, the information that comes from the unconscious, I've said this before, but it's really important. I think about it every time I'm at the river. It comes from the deep part of ourselves and the earth through this energy of water, even though when it comes through the psyche it's not wet water, but it's still the energy of water. It's flowing, it's deeply feminine. It goes over things and round things and carries on its course. So, I wanted to share that, and how as we get older, I think we have more control over ourselves and we can see things in perspective. And I'm writing my book, and I'm going through my ancestral story from my great-great-grandmother to me through the generations in India. And I'm really getting the details. I mean, I feel very blessed that it was all written down. There's information out there in all different sorts of kinds of form and type, from people's diaries to documentation to studies, to historical studies, and even to photos and films. I'm really able to piece together the story of my motherland and the way they were wounded. And by doing this, what I'm realizing is that I'm able to let go of having to live that wound. I no longer have to live it because I can let it go. There are the dogs, aren't they great? And because it's coming to the forefront, I'm writing it down. I'm seeing little by little, step by step, what happened to my great-great-grandmother, my great-grandmother, my grandmother. And in doing so, I'm bringing it into consciousness, and the shadow of the wound isn't forcing me to live it out again. And that's, really transforming and liberates energy from me in my life. And I had a dream the other night where everything was old about the dream. Old boxes full of old things, and I won't go into detail about it, but it was about leaving that part of me behind. I no longer have to be controlled by these unconscious forces because I'm making it conscious. And part of the dream, my son, who's much younger than he is now, was sitting in a pile of old boxes trying to play the recorder, and he was getting frustrated. And the recorder is something I've played all my life, so I wanted to help him. He didn't want my help, but I tried, and I couldn't play the recorder either. There was something that I was losing, or I'd forgotten how to do. And then I thought about it, how the recorder is really, music, it's our song. And by having lived much of my life living out the ancestral trauma, the generational, transgenerational trauma that came through my mother line, I lost touch with what I had as a child, because as a child I taught myself to read music through playing the recorder, alone in my bed every night. I was about 8. So I had this force, this motivational force to go forward and to learn and to find my song and to make music. And I realized that in writing my book, I'm doing the historical stuff. I'm getting the first draft down, but I know what's coming. I have to transform it so that my song, my signature is in the work. And that's frightening, because I think I spent a lot of my youth, as I said, living through the trauma and just living it out unconsciously and forgetting my strength and the strength of my own song, my own signature. So that's what I'm trying to remember and remind myself to work with. What is my song? How do I want to share what I have to share with the world in my own way? So there we are, here we are. I wanted to share this beautiful water with you. And there's one dog left over there. Casey, you coming? I'm going to make my way back up, and happy solstice to everyone, and much love.